So it's bloody early in the morning and I'm about to drive up to meet my friend Phil. This is Phil, who I actually met through the channel, and he's staying up in the country, and I just haven't gone out and taken photos for a while, and I felt like doing a good photo road trip, so I've gotten up nice and early, made a whole thermos of coffee to take with me, and we're hoping for some fog this morning because the forecast said there might be fog. It's the middle of winter here and it's freaking freezing. Yes, I loaded the camera bag. I've got some interesting film in there that I'll show later. I'm hoping to shoot some black and white if there is fog. If there isn't, we're still gonna try and have a good day and take some photos, so I'm gonna hit the road. So I'm really looking forward to today, just spending the day taking photos. It's just been a long time and restrictions are just starting to ease recently with the whole lockdown thing. So if you're watching this from the future, remember that thing that happened back in 2020? Yeah, so I'm about halfway through. I still don't see any fog, but you never know, I'm heading up into the hills. Either way, it's gonna be a good day. Let's just skip ahead to when I get there. All right guys, so I'm here. I wanted fog and I got fog. It looks amazing. So I'm actually running a bit ahead of time on Phil, and there wasn't fog before, but during the drive up, it started to become patchy and I couldn't help but stop along the way and take a shot. So while I'm waiting for Phil to get here, I'm probably going to grab my tripod, take some photos. I've got some Ilford FP4 125, which I'm pushing to 200, left over in the Pentax 645 that I'm going to try and finish the last few shots on. And once I finish that, I think I'm going to load some of this expired film I have. It's Agfa Optima 100. It's 20 plus years expired from 1999, and I'm going to rate it at 25 because I'll be working a lot on the tripod today. But man, it looks fantastic, so I'm gonna go start taking some photos. Hey man.
Ash, how are you?
How you going?
Yeah, not bad.
How good's this
Early
fog?
start. Yeah, it's crazy. It's thick as pea soup.
So what are you shooting with today, man?
Same as you, Pentax 645N. Got my trusty Mu2 in the in my pocket here with some Tri-X.
Nice. This spot looks epic.
Yeah, so this is the spot, man.
So tell us about this spot.
Alright, so we're in the Black Spur, the mighty Black Spur, and we've got plenty of fog today, as you can see.
End of the roll. I think I'll load that Agfa next. Expired 1999, so rated at 25 as noted on the box. I changed the eye cup to this other one that's from the Pentax 645 digital cameras. I find it's a lot better, but it's a little bit in the way of loading the back. So it's one nuisance about it.
I'm guessing they like black and white film.
Looks like it.
Fuji Acros. This is some of the old stock. Expired 2019, so should be fine.
Yeah, I think so. What are you loading it in?
I got the rolly cord. This is probably my favourite camera. I dropped it though, and this thing's kind of busted, but it still does the job.
Yeah, I remember that camera from the skate park.
Yeah, when I met you. Yeah, I had this camera.
So the sun's come out. It's been a real nice morning of shooting so far. What do you reckon, Phil?
Amazing. Very lucky. We got some really nice fog, and then the sun popped out.
Yeah. So
more.
I think we'll head downhill and see if we can follow the fog. If not, I'm sure there'll be some other good photo opportunities. I've shot a lot so far, so I hope you've been enjoying the shots, assuming that they've come out. And Phil's about to load some Acros in the rolly cord. The fog was starting to clear back out.
Fresh well water.
So we drove on and stopped to shoot some low-lying cloud. I used this opportunity to put on some longer focal lengths, like the 90mm on the Leica M4 and the 150mm on the Pentax 645N. We drove on as the rest of the fog cleared up and stopped off at this old, abandoned workshop. Alright, so I've just finished the whole roll of that Agfa Optima, and really interested to see how this comes out. It will be good to see. And I think after this I'm going to load some maybe Ektar 100. I'll see what I have in the bag. We've just stopped in another location here and the light's getting pretty strong, so I'm going to keep shooting more color film. We're going to have a coffee and carry on. So I'm going to load Ektar, it's been decided. We stopped off for a late lunch at Phil's family home, where he was nice enough to offer me a meal, and while he was off on a phone call, this sneaky bird came and ate some of his food. But luckily, I think he was almost done. There was also some beautiful light at this point shining in through the trees in and around Phil's house, so I used that opportunity to take a few random interior detail shots. Following this, we moved on to one of Phil's neighbour's properties, which is actually often rented out as an Airbnb.
Hashem's just given me a roll of this very rare Optima 100. See what we come up with. Got no idea what this looks like.
This massive property had its own lake, and at the back of that lake there was this old abandoned little shack. It almost had this haunted house vibe to it, and it used to be rented out as a separate accommodation at the back of the property. As the sun was starting to fall, we carried on taking photos around the property before heading back for another pit stop and then making our way up to a high lookout to see the sunset. It started to feel like a long day and I'd shot a lot of film at this point. Looking back at the photos now, I really like the way Agfa Optima came out and I'm looking forward to using the rest of it. It does have a bit of a red cast to it, and in hindsight, I didn't probably need to shoot it at ISO 25 and it held up really well despite the expiry. I was really glad I got to go out on this road trip because as it stands at the time of making this video, Melbourne, where I live, has gone back into a 6-week lockdown, so it was great to get that opportunity to go out, meet a friend and take some photos. I made some of my favorite images of the year on this day, and I'll even be adding a couple of limited edition prints to my print store of these two photos from the first part of the morning. I'll be selling them in limited editions of 6 each on Hahnemühle bamboo paper. Check back in on the video description later, or follow along on the Instagram page where I'll be putting up more details about this limited run of prints. So I hope you've enjoyed the shots that we've gotten today. It's been a great day of shooting. It was really worth waking up early, and we'll hopefully do it again.
For sure.
Cool. All right, guys.
Peace.
Catch up.